And that used to work a whole lot better than it does now, because now people are looking more for trends, and they don't have to be name brands anymore. Now they're looking for vintage and different things like that. So, and I wrote little things down, so don't mind me. Because today buyers are not just buying a label, they are buying style, relevance, search terms, and timing. So important, these things. I've spoken about it before, but I will speak about it again. So you can pick up a good brand and it doesn't mean anything. So comp it and make sure right now it's selling good. And this is a little in between that I didn't even take notes on, but if it's sold when you were in your 20s, it doesn't mean it's going to sell now. Now, if you're in your 20s, Y2K or whatever's in style now, it's going to sell. Find it in your closet if you still have it and sell it. I sold my leather fringe jacket that I never would have wore again, but I miss. I used to go roller skating in that jacket when I was 18. Yep. So, demand right now beats brand. That means a no-name item in the right style that is trending now can sell. You got to have the right keywords, guys. You got to have the right aesthetic cores. If you don't know what those are, we'll be talking about them, but I am sure you do. But if you're new, we will talk about this. So let me tell you, by researching what sellers are buying right now. Current resale and fashion trend reports show shoppers searching for very specific looks and categories on Depop. Recent search and trend activity included things like cargo pants, vintage jerseys, classic sneakers, capri pants, premium handbags, summer dresses, elevated basics, backpacks, wedge sneakers, and sports jerseys. I'll get back to Depop in a minute. So let me ask you something. Elevated basics. So do you sell basics? I don't, and I probably should, but they never used to sell in my closet. Unless they were unique, they weren't selling, but that was before. So let me know in the comments below if you sell classics and if you sell basics. Which ones do you sell? Both? So brands that ranked highly in those trend pockets, and I'm talking about on Depop, included Adidas, Fred Perry, Ben Sherman. Oh, I should put my Ben Sherman soap on there. Umbro, Kate Spade. I have Kate Spade bags. Coach. I have Coach bags. Anthropologie. I have Anthropologie. Quince. I have that. Vera Bradley. I have that. Lululemon. I gave those away, man. They weren't selling for me. All right, let's see. Isabel Marant. I could have just butchered that name. Marant? I don't know. And Steve Madden and Nike. And this is coming straight from Depop, by the way. Now on eBay's watch list report, little bit different. And that's why you have to, well, you don't have to, but it's really good to learn what is selling on each platform so that if you decide to cross list, you know what to send there and you don't send everything. But you can send everything. That's fine. If it's easy for you, send everything. What do we got? Fear of God. I've heard of that. Never found it. Longchamp. Heard of that. Found it once, I think. Doan. Cactus Plant Flea Market. That's all together, yes. RHUDE. Rude. Birkenstock. Chrome Hearts, Moo, and Amiri. Moo is selling again. I actually have some Moo. The name Moo brands that stayed in my closet for a while. So I just don't pick them up anymore. But I don't really sell on eBay. Have some things on there, but yeah, I really should. I know. eBay also said Louis Vuitton and Gucci remain the most purchased luxury brands globally in all of 2025, while Prada, Burberry, Armani, and Dior were also among the most listed and most purchased leaders. And again, that was straight from eBay. Fashion coverage going into spring 2026, all of the fashion shows and everything else like that, they are buying retro slim runners. Guys, I have to look up what that is. Are those sneakers? I don't know. Retro slim runners, brown suede, boho influences, slim sneakers. Yeah, so slim runners must be. Backless loafers. I like those. Those are cute. But it depends on how the front is. I like squared off or pointy. I don't think I like the round ones. And 70s inspired shoes. That's out of Vogue. So the market is whispering, then shouting. Style first, brand second. Real life way to explain this is you could have an older Banana Republic blazer in a dated cut, a basic J. Crew cardigan in a tired color, a loft top that looks like office wear from another era. You know, it just all depends on what you have. Where when I started 6 years ago, if a brand was selling, a brand was selling. I bought the Anthropologie. I bought the Lululemon. I bought the Gymshark. So many other ones. I mean, for me, even Ann Taylor Loft was selling, and Eileen Fisher. It was much different. So those might be perfectly nice brands, but if the style feels old, the fit feels old, or the item does not match what people are searching for, it may just sit. Believe me, it'll sit. Meanwhile, a suede jacket with a boho feel, retro Adidas or New Balance sneakers, a Doan style romantic dress. Look that up if you don't know what I mean. If I can, I'll put a picture up for you, or at the very end. A cool sports jersey. A lot of times I put all these things at the end because it's faster. A cargo or utility piece, a Coach or long camp bag in the right look. I had a few long camp bags. They sold very, very quickly. They're good bags, and they can move much faster because they line up with what buyers want right now. That style-driven behavior is showing up across current resale and trend reports. And that's just not eBay. That's Depop. That's pretty much most of the platforms, I'm going to say. So when you're doing this, when you're looking for these items, you really want to have these thoughts in your head. Is this a current style? I mean, if you have to write these down, go get a paper and pen so that you can bring that with you, because sometimes we get so excited when we're in the thrift store. It don't matter. Okay. Is this something people are searching for? Does this fit today's trend or everyday staples? Would I know how to title this so it gets found? You don't have to worry too much about that right anymore. Chat will help you. Is this right for the platform I'm selling on? So if you're only selling on one platform, is this right? Is that Gloria Vanderbilt pair of pants from, I don't know when, years ago, good for your platform? Because a good brand with no demand is just a pretty little trap. It's a trap. So I think a lot of us learned reselling in a different era. And I mean, I've been doing it 6 years. It's what, 2026. So yeah, since like the end of 2019, the beginning of things definitely have changed in that 6 years. Back then, if you found a known mall brand or a classic label, you felt pretty safe. Now the buyer is more specific. They want the vibe, they want the aesthetic. I don't blame them. I love that. I really do. But it's just different. They want the cut, the silhouette, the texture, the trend. They are searching for things like this: retro sneaker, suede jacket, boho skirt, cargo pants, elevated basics, sports jerseys, romantic dresses, like I said. So they are not always typing in brand first. Now, that's how it used to be. I would always put the brand first. But now I kind of check to see what people are looking for the most. So, yeah. Oops. So when I looked up the current data in Depop and Vogue, it said, let me just look at what I wrote here. Current reports from Depop and trend coverage from Vogue point exactly in that direction, that they're looking for those particular things. So what you're going to buy instead. Now this doesn't mean brand doesn't matter, guys. I just want you to know that. It means brand matters more when it meets demand. So if you were going to buy a Ben Sherman shirt and it was an older pattern that's not in right now, you won't sell it, or you won't sell it as fast. It'll take a long time. And so if you have a good brand with the right style, the right season, right platform, right price, that is going to sell almost within a week to two, sometimes immediately. It took me a long time to learn what sells that fast, and I still have things in my closet because I have them. I don't want to just get rid of them. I'm going to make a bundles, I think. What would you do? A couple of you gave me some great ideas. Bundles was one of them, and I've been doing that. But any ideas? I sell pretty much everything except big furniture and electronics. So instead of buying something only because it is a recognizable label, this is what you should look for instead. Trend relevant shoes, suede pieces, utility and cargo details, elevated basics, romantic or boho dresses, cool bags and accessories, sporty streetwear, crossover pieces, handbags that still have search pull. Those are the kinds of categories and styles showing current momentum. And again, I looked through 4 places for this one, so they're all saying the same thing. Basically, a little bit different, but they're all saying the same thing. That's why it sounds a little bit repetitive. I apologize for that, but I want to just show you that all the different platforms are saying the same thing. Like I just did 3 times. I said the same thing. So yes, brand still matters, but it's the biggest myth in the reselling business right now if you think that a brand alone is enough, because it's not. It's not enough anymore to sell. It's not enough in the market. Today's people do not just buy the label. One of the biggest myths in reselling is that just by brand alone, it's good. You can buy it. That's some myth. And that myth can cost you money fast, because it's not what's happening today. Because today's buyers are not just looking at labels. Yeah, I'm done with that, all that shit. All done. Okay, start here. If you liked today's video, please give it a like, subscribe. It's free for you, but it's good for the algorithm. Everything gets to more people. I don't understand it, but it does. So it's free. Subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Let me know what other subjects you want. Let me know in the comment, and let me know what platforms you sell on. I'm very curious. I do know what platforms some of you sell on, but put it in there anyway so that we know. And let me know if you have anything that's been staying in your closet that was a good brand and now is not, because it's not in style.